Hi everybody and welcome. It's been a while. We took a little break there last week just to go and see my mummy and daddy. Hello mummy and daddy. So while we were there we made a delicious soup that my mother sent me the recipe, and then another friend sent me a recipe for the same soup. It's courgette and Parmesan soup. I put up a picture of it there last week, but I thought I'd show you how to make it, especially for those of you who have courgettes and you don't know what to do with them. They are one of the things in the garden that grow really well. So this is a really fantastically flavoursome soup, and we've also made it with some fish in there, or you could throw some chicken in there and turn it into a one pot meal. So the first thing you do is I have my water on over here to cook a little bit of pasta, and look, this is all I'm using, about as much as you can hold in your hand like that. And I'm just going to break it up into little pieces, just like that. You can, add to my olive oil. I have one onion here, quite a large onion, and I also have my garlic. I have used one of those giant cloves, or if you don't have them, use about maybe 3 cloves of garlic. And look at this, guys! Ta-da! I have my first sponsor. The guys in Convoy in Donegal, Raymond, and all of those at MCN Engraving have sponsored me a lovely chopping board. Wouldn't that be just a lovely present for somebody if you can't figure out what to get them for their birthday or Christmas gift, or just a I love you gift. So thanks Raymond. I hope lots of people give you a call or check you out on Facebook and order one of these. They do a whole bunch of engraving stuff, so just check them out on Facebook. Right, in the meantime, I'm just going to give my pasta a little stir, because if you don't stir it, it can tend to stick together. So we'll just leave that be and concentrate on getting our onions and garlic to cook down a little bit. In the meantime, here's my courgette out of the garden. I'm not sure if I need all of this, but I'll know when I start chopping into it. I've already taken the top and the bottom off them, and I'm just going to cut these into little cubes, okay? So just like that. And whenever the onions are kind of slightly golden, we'll add, oh my gosh, can you smell the garlic, Maria?
Yeah, it's
delicious. Off my pasta already. As you can see, let me just give you a quick look there. Like, they're not fully cooked through, but they're swelling slightly. And that only took about 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm just going to take the water off here, because this will be added back to the soup and it will continue to cook in the soup. You don't want it too mushy. You might be tempted to cook it in the soup, but then the starch from the pasta will go into your soup and it'll make it cloudy. Okay, that's nicely golden there. Now look how much of the courgette I've used. I've only used half, maybe 2/3 of it. So even one small courgette is enough. You pop that in there and you just give that a nice stir around to cook down. The next thing I'm going to add is my tomato. So I just have one tomato. These little tomatoes are on special offer this week. So these are called plum tomatoes, which are actually the best for cooking. They have the best flavour. Well, apart from of course the ones you grow in your own garden, but mine are not ready yet. So I'm just going to add that, and this adds a nice little bit of colour to our soup. So I'll just let those courgettes cook for maybe another 2 minutes, and then we'll add our water. So guys, the courgette is nicely just starting to soften slightly. So I'm going to add my water to it now. And I have 700 mils of water in here, okay? And I'm just going to bring that to the boil. And I'm going to add my salt. Now, the original recipe doesn't call for any stock cube. So you end up using a little bit more salt than you normally would. However, if you'd rather not use the salt and put in a stock cube in there, go ahead and do that. It's fine. We've ended up just using salt because the flavors of the onion and the garlic are enough, we find. So I'm going to pop back in my pasta, okay, just like that, and give that a little stir. Whoops, my camera ladies. Excuse me. God bless you. And guess what else I have to add? What other lovely, authentic Italian ingredient do we have growing in the garden? Basil. Look at my lovely, big, fat basil. So I've already washed it, and I'm just going to shred it, and pop it in there. So you just use about a bowl full. Soup cooking along nicely there. And while that's just heating up and coming to the boil, this is the last thing we do, sorry Maria, is beat an egg. Okay, so pop an egg in here. I've forgotten to get a fork, so
there's a whisk.
I can use this. It's good. So you just beat up an egg in here like this. Have you ever made soup and added an egg? The only time I ever remember doing that was when I was in college, and we would have added eggshells to, yeah, Maria, to our consomme when we were making beef consomme. And the last ingredient here is a cupful of grated Parmesan. Now, if you think that that might be too much flavor, just use a half a cup. We started off using a half a cup, and the next time I made it I used a full cup, and I just think the more Parmesan you can get in there, the better. So we're going to mix the egg through and add it into the soup. Can you believe that? So while I'm waiting for all this to happen, I will see, how are you all doing out there? It's a weird time that we're living in, and COVID just seems to be going on, and we don't know whether it's going to get worse before it gets better, or heading into the next part of our lives with kids going back to school. And I've talked to a lot of people out there, and a lot of people found lockdown easier, including myself. I think it was a nice time that we were all here together at home, and you know, you kind of reassess what life's all about, and family is really important. And now they're all starting to head away again. It's kind of a little bit sad, even though sometimes it's been hairy, but it's been a really good experience. Anyway, here we go, guys. Popping this mixture in here. You can add 2 eggs to this either if you want it to be more wholesome, or protein, full of protein I should say. And look at that, see how the colour has changed to a lovely, oh Maria, can you smell? Smell is fantastic. Delicious, absolutely delicious. And it has that lovely Italiano look about it, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do now is pour out a little bit for you guys to see what it's like. I have to wash my bowl first because we haven't filmed in a while, so I'm tending to forget little things. Missed my filming, missed you guys. Hope you missed me too. So here we go. We'll just pop out a little bowl here. You can turn the heat off once you've added the egg and the Parmesan. You can turn the heat off. So you can see how this soup would lend itself to adding some smoked fish, some salmon, like prawns even, or some chicken. There you go, guys. This is our delicious Parmesan and courgette soup. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. God bless.